I'll read Ashley's biography quickly. Ashley Kilabuk Savard is an Inuk artist, writer, and emerging filmmaker born and raised in Iqaluit, Nunavut. Since attending the Vancouver Film School, Ashley has led acting and storytelling workshops for children and youth with the Hagiavut Performing Arts Society, the Labrador Creative Arts Festival, and as a storyteller and spoken word performer, she has performed at St. John's Storytelling Festival in October 2018 and across Inuit-Nunavut and Greenland with Adventure Canada. Ashley has published two short stories relating to her Inuit culture, My Very First Ulu with Nippit magazine and Mickey and the Aksangni with Chirp magazine. Ashley also writes poetry about decolonizing narratives, healing from intergenerational trauma, and love of the land and culture. Ashley creates sealskin and beaded jewelry and accessories for women and men, celebrating and educating on the importance of sealskin and Inuit sustainable seal hunting. Ashley is currently working with the International Sami Film Institute to create a short horror film on climate change and colonialism to be a part of an all Indigenous female led anthology series called Arctic Chills. She's also a dedicated student of Inuktitut and is a full-time student in the Alnialvik program at the Biovik Center, working towards her certificate in Indigenous language proficiency from the University of Victoria. So I will open it up to you, Ashley. I'm going to mute everyone. So if you do speak up, you'll have to unmute. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I got to unmute Ashley. One sec. I'm not good at this.
Yeah, it's my first time using Zoom too.
Right.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. So I've done many beading workshops before, but never online. So this is a fun new experience to have with all of you. I'm just going to show you a quick example of the kind of necklace we'll be trying to make today. So this one, the beads are a little bit bigger. I think they're size, actually I can't tell what size they are. And I'm trying to draw up like a little diagram so that you guys are able to follow along. I'll show this time and time again too as we go along. There's many different ways to start the beaded necklace, but this is the way that my sister taught me, and you know, someone taught her and someone taught that person. So it's a fun tradition to share with you guys. First off, I don't have beading thread, so I'm using waxed dental floss. So depending on the size, usually I'd say about like 3, what is this, wingspan worth of 3.5, I'd say, of thread. Let me just get that started. I also have like little necklace clasps. Get it open. So we're just gonna tie off the end with, say, 2 or 3 knots just to get it secure. I like to kind of just, if you're using wax dental floss, it's a little bit nice to like scrape off some of the excess wax. Let's do that quick. I just use my fingernails. And the hardest part, threading it. So the needle I have is a size 13, just because it's nice and thin. Makes it a lot easier. So I'd say leave like enough room to be able to move the string back and forth to make it adjustable, but don't what is it, double layer it, because we want that to move. Oh, and yeah, I asked everyone to pick 2 different colors, but anyone, like, you can honestly do 3 or 4 different colors depending on like the design that you want, but this is just like the easiest way to get started. So the way I learned to make beaded necklaces is I never learned how to use a bowl. Here, I'll move it so you could see. So if you wanted to use like a piece of felt or sealskin to pour the beads onto and bead that way, that's perfectly fine. That's but I'll just go straight from the vial. And you'll just get enough to start, like you would measure your own neckline and how long you would want it. That's the first step. The first time I made a necklace, it was the same design and it took me about 12 hours, just like on and off beading. But once you get the hang of it, it goes by so quickly and it's such a soothing hobby.
How many did you say you want to put on there first?
Well, you can customize it to your own, like your own neckline. So I usually just bead until it's like a good amount, and then I'll just like measure it to make sure that it fits me. And if it's for somebody else, you can get jump rings or a chain, and you can just add it to the back, and that way it's kind of adjustable so that it can fit any size.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm making a little bit of a mess. I always joke that, you know, I've been somewhere if there's beads all over the floor.
So with that first color, you're gonna put the length around your neck. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah. So this, I guess the purple, I would call the main color, and your second color would be the accent color.
Well, I'm having a real problem here because I cannot get my cord threaded through my needle. It absolutely will not go through the needle I have. So I haven't even been able to start. I can't get it in there. It's too fat. The needle, the eye of the needle is too small. I don't know. I cannot get it to thread.
Is it
try snipping your thread on an angle.
Okay.
Yeah, that helps too.
Feed through then.
All right. Now I dropped the end. Hold on. Good grief. All right.
Yeah, I think the number one thing this hobby has taught me is patience.
No, it will not go through the needle. And I bought this filament especially because I didn't have any dental floss. No, it won't go in the needle. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's a good question.
You could learn.
I can. Sorry, yeah, Napachi?
You can just take notes and watch this vid. Like, I think I'm recording it, so I can send it to you, and you can do it once you get some proper thread or dental floss.
Yeah, I don't know why this filament won't work.
You can try sinew. Do you have sinew?
No, no.
Her needles will have to match up to the beads. So if you don't know what size beads you have or what size thread you have, then like the lady said to watch along, but size 10 needle, beading needle would equal a size D nylon beading thread really well, if that helps you.
See, this doesn't even say what size it is. Hmm.
I was gonna say try coat thread.
Oh, darn it. I was so looking forward to this. I can't get it to work. Well, you go ahead.
If you have
then,
some
yeah.
ordinary thread, double or triple it. Use some ordinary thread and just double it.
Or
and then a pattern, and then you can try again later.
or coat thread. Coat thread won't break. I don't think it breaks.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavier than just thread, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to participate. I absolutely cannot get the needle threaded. So I have a girlfriend that's doing this class as well, Veronica. Are you there, Veronica?
Yeah, I'll work with you when when we meet each other again, Barb.
Okay, yeah, because I absolutely cannot get this filament to work, so I might have to buy something different. Anyway, you ladies have fun.
Thanks for joining. Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Why don't you stay and watch, Barb? Stay and watch.
I could at least watch. Okay.
I'm taking notes. I don't have the material, so I'm taking notes. You're not the only one.
Well, I thought I had materials, but obviously.
How much beads do I need for my main color?
So it might be a good time to just do a quick measure. So I have like this length. I need at least an inch or two for me. I think the second necklace I made way too small. It's almost a little choky on me. So it's good to like leave a little bit of room, like an inch or two more than what feels right on your neckline.
So you should have it like this, right? Like one connected to the clasp and the other string is a free string with a knot because it's not double. We can't quite hear somebody's talking there. Maybe put your question into the comment section.
Sorry, I don't know where the comment section is.
So
Look for chat.
yeah, there's
See
more.
chat.
There's
Click
more.
more.
And then if you press it, there's a chat button at the top there.
On the right, you have you type your message.
Ashley, when you have a chubby neck, you could be adding beads for a while. Sorry.
I feel yeah. You can also, like I said earlier, like if you have jump rings, they're super good to have. You can also create like a little chain, and that way you can make it adjustable. Oh, sorry, I missed the question that was just on the
What
Yeah,
if,
this is my first time using Zoom.
it's okay. What if we do not have a necklace clasp right now?
That's a good question. You might want to find, like I said, jump rings are super good to have.
If you don't
But
have
if
a
you
jump
don't
ring,
have,
you can put a bigger bead on the end and just knot it with some string, a tail. And then when you get a jump ring, you just take the big bead off and replace it with a jump ring and re-knot it.
How many bottles of beads is enough?
just one bottle. And like you're gonna use like not even the whole bottle. This is like 24 grams. And for that accent too, you're just gonna use like less than half of it. And it also depends on like, you know, the style and pattern of necklace that you'll be using too. But for this first necklace, just the one bottle is enough.
Cool.
I'm sorry, can you show what a necklace clasp looks like?
Yeah, the clasp kind of looks like, I don't know if you can see
Oh,
it,
okay. Yes, I
like
see.
a little claw.
Yeah, okay.
When are we gonna apply the little claw?
That one should be, you should have one on the end. And then when you're done with the first line, like if it fits perfectly, you're just gonna bring the bead down so that way the clasp at the end kind of anchors it in there. So I'll just do that now. And with the jump ring too, once the beads are at the end, I'm gonna tie it off. Takes a little while.
So are you supposed to have one thread with the clasp attached and a tail?
Yeah, a little tail.
And can you show the jump ring again?
Yeah, 1 second.
Sorry.
So the jump rings are just little steel circles. Stainless steel components. Jump rings, yeah. But if some clasps that you buy or you can find on Amazon, they usually have like the clasp and some kind of like a jump ring attached to it. But these ones I had to buy separately.
I also got gold ones because I'm allergic to steel. They're a bit more expensive, but they're really pretty.
Yeah, that is.
What's that, Knack?
Mamana, did I have to add the claw thingy before starting?
You can just add it on to the end now if you didn't move your beads down, because it here I'll show you quickly. Like it just anchors them in there. So if you have your main line done and you don't have the little clasp tied on yet, that's okay. You could just do that now really quickly. And it's good to leave like at least an inch or 2 inch long tail at the end, because when you're done and going through, you'll kind of use that to tie the two strings together. So if you're done with the main line, just move this up here. You can bring the jump ring through. I have to be very careful not to spill beads. I do that almost every time. So here. And then you go with the string pointing up, go back up and kind of loop around. And it's good to make sure the knot stays on the way bottom of it. just like that. And I like to do at least twice.
No.
Are we adding both of the clasps now?
If you're done with the main line, you could do that. Yeah, and then just tying it off at the end.
Okay.
So you have the, yeah, like I said, the main line all done up.
Yeah.
And I'll just wait a few minutes.
So what would we do here if we don't have the clasp? Do we just have to wait till we get them?
I really liked the answer that somebody gave in the call earlier, was to tie just like a bigger bead on the end and then leave like at least like 2 or 3 inches of tail until you do get a clasp, and then you can tie it on to the end.
Okay, so we can still do all the other stuff later, even if we just do that bead thing for now?
Yeah, yeah, but it's super important to leave at least like 2 or 3 inches tail.
Okay.
I just saw question 2, how do we tie off the clasp? Oh, I like that. I used a button. That's super smart. So just like a basic knot too. Like I like to double knot it. Nothing super fancy. So if the string is pointing up, and here is the clasp with the string pointing up, you would just go back up with the, where's my needle? Here it is. So back up and then loop it around and just pull it through. And that's how you would tie off the jump ring. And for the, when you're starting it with the clasp, just 2 or 3 basic knots at the beginning and leaving off a tail.
Maman, maman, faut que me mette au coucher ou d'ouvrir pour vous.
So I got really lucky when I searched Inuktitut under eventbrite.com because I go to like comedy shows and whatnot, where like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be joining this class right now. Where do you advertise?
So we have, this is a joint venture between Inuit Art Foundation and Inuit Futures in Arts Leadership. So that's run out of Concordia. So we mostly do, if you follow Inuit Art Foundation on Instagram or Facebook, all of our stuff is posted on there. And I think probably if you just go to Eventbrite and look up De-ICE-olation workshops, then all of our workshops will come up, because we have several going on this month and into June.
Is there a place we can view past videos? Because this was the first one I found out about, and I'd love to check out a couple of the past ones that were done.
Absolutely. Let me just look up the link. I haven't actually gone to the website, but they are posted. I think it might be on the Inuit Futures website. So let me double check. And I'll post it in the comments. I'll share the link.
So when we tie the two clasps together, we don't cut the thread, eh? Or do we cut the thread?
Oh, no, good to keep the thread. And also to make sure that it's not double threaded, like to have an open end that's adjustable. I usually put it like a little bit further along just so you don't have to move your arm back so often. You might notice your right arm or whatever arm you use to bead will be a little bit sore. How's everyone going along with their main line? I'm just waiting a few minutes before I start the pattern. Almost finished.
I'm ready.
Me too, me too.
You said to add an extra inch or two extra at the end so it's not so tight on us?
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
I'm finished.
Okay, and I'll also try to, it's not the best drawn little diagram, but I guess I can try to take a picture and put it in the group, or maybe you all can like take a little screenshot. I don't really know how it works, but I'll just go ahead and kind of start it. So when you're doing this part, it's always good to leave like a little bit of space, the amount of space you want at the end, like here. I leave a longer space, but it's up to you. Like you can have like maybe half of that. It just means like a little bit more work, depending if you want to do that or not. I usually put like at least an inch or two. Like I put the needle through. There we go. So I'm gonna give it that much space before I start the pattern. And pull it through. It's always, I realize I didn't put this on the material list, but it's always good to have like a little piece of pliers in case your beads or your string or your needles are all the wrong sizes. So after you get that first little bit, just pull it through. This is where a lot of like the excess wax will come off. So it's a little bit of a pull, but it should be easy from here on. And depending on the size of the necklace that you want, like this one is a little bit bigger. There's always a 2 bead difference. So the white here is the accent color and the red is the main color. So we've got 4 and 6, and those numbers are always going to stay the same. I like to put like 3 little ones on the bottom, but you can keep it as a 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6 if that's easiest. So when we're first starting it out, you start out with 3 of each. So you start with 4 of your accent color and 6 of the main color. And again, if you want to make it a bit bigger, you can do 6 and 8 or 8 and 10, as long as there's like a 2 bead difference between the main color and the accent color. It'll have that nice like diamond shape. So we'll just have 3 of each. And once you get the hang of it too, it's always fun to like kind of play with the colors and change it up.
So it's 4 of your accent color, 6 of your main color, 3 of your accent color, and then 3 of your main color?
Oh, sorry. So it's, you have 3 of each, so 3 mains and 3 accents. Sorry, it's, so the pattern is 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6.
Oh,
Here, I'll just try to
okay.
show it a little bit better.
All right.
So 3 sections.
3 rows of 4 and 6.
Yeah, 3 sets. Sorry. Yeah. So.
Starting with the main or starting with the accent?
Oh yeah, sorry. Starting with the accent. 4 and then 6 of the main color, and then 4 accent, 6 main, and then 4 accent and 6 main. So should look like that.
Okay. And then if we were to add a third color?
This is where you can let your imagination go wild, and like as long as you have the 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, you can pretty much change up any of the colors.
Right.
But once you have that done, you can move them down.
Quick question. I got distracted trying to unravel my thread. So I finished adding the jump ring.
Yeah.
And now you start putting in or adding the beads. So what's the sequence?
So if you finish putting in the jump ring, it's good to put a little bit of like distance between the jump ring and where you want to start your pattern. So I just put like an inch the needle through, and then that's when I started the pattern. So there's a nice little space there.
Okay. Yeah. And then you start with okay, the four of your main color, or your A. 4A is your main color, right?
It's the accent color.
Accent color will be B.
Yeah, well, actually, we'll start with accent color first.
Okay.
So accent will be 4, and then the main color will be 6. And
6A.
Yeah. Yeah. 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6.
4, 6, 4, 6. Okay.
Yeah, and it'll be 3 sets of that. So.
Okay, so you do that twice, right? The 4, 6, 4, 6.
3 times. So
3 times.
Yeah.
So you haven't put it through the needle yet again, back through another bead?
Sorry, 1 second.
When you put the 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, have you brought it back up through the main line yet? Or are you still just have a row, like a group of beads?
Yeah, so right now we're just having a group of beads hanging down from the main line.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have all like the beginner set put together, you're going to take the bottom part and go up the last accent color. So this is what creates that little, this one's a bit different with that little bottom part and anchor.
Okay, you're doing that all at the same time.
Sorry, which color did you go up? Just the last 6 of the main color?
Yeah, and it creates like a little, it looks like a little flower at the bottom.
Went through the accent color, the 4. Okay.
Yeah. And then you're going to take your main color and get 6. And then your accent color and get 4.
Sorry, I'm lost at the bottom yet.
Oh, no worries.
How,
It's hard to tell. I can't see everyone on the. I don't know how to fix that yet. Oh, what was the question?
how many beads do you go through of the main color at the very bottom of that string of 4 and 6? I know you go back up, but what number do you go back up at, and how many do you pass through? Like,
You're only going through, like you're going through the entire one color.
Yeah.
Of the 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 4.
Huh?
So you go up through the accent color, and then that way the bottom of the main color creates like a little anchor and flower, as I'd say. So.
And now your thread is at the bottom of your main color again. Yeah. Yeah, see, the thread is at the bottom of the main color row.
Yeah.
There you go.
I must be doing this wrong.
Here, let me see if I can find.
I must be doing the colors wrong, because I have 4 of the main color, 4 of the accent color, 6 of the main color. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, I can see you, Peggy. Yep. 4 accent, 6 main, 4 accent, 6 main color. And then you go up the last of the accent colors on the bottom.
The last of the main colors, you mean? Do I end up with main? Do I end up with the main color or the accent color? Because I'm ending up with the accent color. I mean, I'm ending up with the main color. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm ending up with the main color. Should I end up with the accent color?
Could you hold up to the camera and I'll take a quick look?
I'm using royal blue. I don't know where my camera is. I'm using royal blue and neon green. Royal blue is the main color. Do I finish off with royal blue? Or do I finish off with the...
Your necklace is not showing.
No.
You would have the royal blue on the bottom as like a little flower type, and then the navy you would go through, and that's as far as we got with the pattern.
How many are in that little loop? How many?
Okay, you do finish with your main color, 6 of your main color.
Okay,
then you take your needle, insert it through the 4 accent color beads and pull, and that makes your little loop of your main color at the bottom.
I see.
Okay, so once you've done that, oh, Becky. So once you've made that main color loop.
Yeah.
That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
So you will get 6 of the main color, 4 of the accent color, and 6 of the main color. And then you're gonna go, sorry, just make sure I'm on my screen. And then you're gonna go right up through the top accent. So
what's a net? I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
So when this is what creates like the little diamond shape. So 4 of the main color, or sorry, 6 of the main color, 4 of the accent, and 6 of the main color. And then you go up top through the top accent color. I'll just show you what it'll look like.
So you're just going to follow the first, right?
Yeah, just through the top one.
There we go. And how far is that ring
The between the jump ring and the pattern, for me it's like about an inch. It all depends on, like, you know, your own personal preference. You can have it from the very beginning or however long you want of a space between. That's up to you. I just like having like a little bit more space, mostly because it's a little bit of less work to do.
Just so you know, we're running on, we have 15 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Oh, it goes by so quick.
Wow.
So when you're doing the pattern, like I said, if you do, as long as there's like a 2 bead difference between the main and the accent, whatever the main color is, you're going to go through the top to the other side. So here's the main line, and then I'm going to put the needle in and go 6 through.
So 6, 4, 6.
I'm just going to go through 6 first, and through 6 through the main line. Oh, sorry, are you talking about like this part right here? Yep, for this part, it's 6, 4, 6, and then you go through the top accent color, and then you go 6 along the main line. Then this is where you would get 4 accent color and only 6 main color. And this is where it gets like a little bit different, but it's where you would go through the middle accent color. So going down the middle accent color. So it would look like this.
Ah.
Yeah. And then when
Ashley,
you're done,
did you go across the top?
Pardon?
How many did you go across the top before you went down again?
6.
I went 6 across and down, and 4 accent and 6 main. Whatever size you're using, like if you're doing 6 and 8, you would go 8 across. So whatever the pattern is for the main color is how long you would go across the top, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Okay, I just need to see that connector again.
So once you go to the 6, like the main, like that you first threaded through, and then added the 4 accent color.
Yeah. And then 6
and
main.
then where?
So it would just be 4 accent, 6 main, and then you go through go down the middle accent color.
Right. Like this.
And the next step is to create this bottom part. So you would get 6 main colors and 4 accent and 6 main.
Hang in there, Veronica, because you have to teach me.
I'm totally mixed up now.
Okay, sorry. So we're running out of time, and people are not hearing what Ashley's saying. So I'm just going to ask Ashley, are you able to write out the instructions and share an image that we can share with everyone after?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, we'll keep but just because I know some people are worried that they're not going to be able to do it once we're off the video.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, when I first did my first necklace, it took 12 hours, just because I kept messing up, getting frustrated. So I don't expect it to be done in like an hour. I have like a little like diagram put together, but I'll label it better and write out instructions. Just wondering how I would.
I was just going to say, is there any chance that you could email that to all of us?
Yeah, I was just about to ask, what's the best way to share it with all of you?
Because holding it up to the screen, I don't think we'd be able to see it or take a photo of it. But if you could email it all to us, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I'll share with the group through the Inuit Futures. When you signed up, did you have to put your email address in?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can share that with me, Ashley, and I'll pass it along to everyone.
Oh, Kuyanik, Ashley.
Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Can you hear me? This is Annie from Iqaluit.
Oh,
Ashley, remember we were working on the necklace when we were in Windsor, Ontario?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'll have to ask you to come and help me to finish the last part, because I don't know how I'm going to finish that, but that's what I'm working on. And
yeah,
I haven't even
anytime.
done since that time.
That looks really
Anytime,
pretty. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I recognize you from Windsor, Ontario.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought you're from Windsor, because there was this lady with
the chatting for a little bit so we can finish up what Ashley's talking about.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I'll just finish the. So once you're done this part, you'll get 6 main, 4 accent, and 6 main, and then you'll go up the accent color. So there we go, and it creates the little flower shape on the bottom. So it'll look like that. And then to kind of finish off the diamond shape, we're just going to do another 6 main, 4 accent, and 6 main again. Once you have that, you go back up through the top accent color. Ooh, oops, got caught on my foot. So that's how you get 2 done, and then again go 6 across through the main line, and then start the pattern again. When you're restarting, again, it's just 4 accent and 6 of the main color. And then you'll be going down the middle accent color. There we go. And again, the 646 of the bottom. And putting that down. So when you have that, and then you go back up the accent color.
And since we only have a couple of minutes left, once we're at the end, how do we finish off?
That's a good question. So when you're at the end, depending on how much space you left here, I would just like try to leave, you know, the same amount. It's never like too easy depending on how many you're able to get through. But if you're able to finish off around the same spot and you just put the needle through this part and then tie it through the hole of the clasp, I'd say twice. And this is why it's good to leave a nice long tail so that you're able to tie those two pieces together. I wonder if I should just show you quickly. So I'm just gonna ruin the necklace a little bit. That's okay. So you would bring these off. So you would go through, tie a knot or two, and then tie these two together. I'd say like at least 2 or 3 times. And I usually kind of burn the ends off a little bit because especially with the dental floss too, the wax will kind of melt a bit and it'll melt together and keep it together at the end. But if you don't want to burn it off, you could just try to snip it, but make sure it's tied. Make sure the two pieces are tied tightly together.
Where could we find you on social media so we could tag you with our little creations if you want to see them?
I would love to see them. And if you have any questions too, if you get stuck along the way, like we didn't have much of an opportunity to kind of come across many problems to be able to troubleshoot them. But you can just find me on Facebook, Ashley Kilabuk Savard. I'm also on Instagram too, it's just Ashley Savard. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys make.
I have a quick question. I have like long, I don't know if you can see it, long beads.
Yeah.
Can you use those as accent beads?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I've done that a few times before. Yeah. I think it would be the same pattern, like depending on how long they are, like this is where you can use your judgment. Instead of using like 4 of the accent, you could just use 1 of the long bead and maybe 5 or 6 of the main color.
Okay, cool. So someone asked how long is the floss supposed to be? And I said 3 arms length, but is it like 1 arm or both your arms?
Oh, sorry. I think this is called wingspans worth, like both arms.
So 3 of both arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes it's good to have like just like an extra arm's length, like 3.5, just depending on how big the pattern is, to make sure there's enough string at the end.
Okay. So we're at 12 o'clock. I can stay on for a few minutes. I put my email address in the chat just because I don't usually contact the participants. So I'm pretty sure we can access it, but I am not confident. So just in case, if you email me, I have my email address there. It's nfolger@inuitartfoundation.org. Just let me know that you want the instructions from Ashley by email, and I'll send them to everyone.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ashley.
thanks for joining us.
And I also, in the chat, put in a link for past workshops, so you can check those out too.
Nice. Exciting.
And if you can't find it in the chat or whatever, just look up Inuit Art Foundation and it'll be on there on our website there.
Thank you, guys.
That was very nice.
Oh, wonderful.
Ashley, is it supposed to look something like this?
Here, let me just try to find your video. Yeah, that looks like that is definitely like a pattern used. That is pretty nice.
Wow, fast, Corinne, fast.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you.
That looks good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining in.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, goodbye,
Becky, can you work it too?
Hi, Andy.
I've written down all the instructions, so I should be able to.
This is Danica from Makovic. Nice.
Hi.
I was like, hey.
Where's Annie?
Hi.
Annie.
Who's
Hi,
this?
how are you?
I didn't even get your names because I joined late.
Annie.
No, that's my sister.
Annie, it's Shelley from Kimmerut. Ksenia.
Oh, hi, Shelly. I didn't even introduce you.
Dlaczego?